Card. Pat Card was in the Air Force. He's been in the Air Force for about 16 years. And one of the things he wanted to do was to fly Phantoms. Approaching from the left once again, we'll see the incredible power of the Phantom. Ichi is his called. No, this is, I'm sorry. Yes, this is Ichi. Pat Card, 19 years, 7 months in the Air Force. And he's going to be retiring soon. When he joined the Air Force, he wanted to fly F-4 Phantoms, but they were not serving with the active duty Air Force inventory at that time. He has flown the T-37, the T-38, the F-15 Eagle, and the Israeli jet fighter known as the Kafir. And he flew that when he was in Colombia. Goodrich Corporation is presenting the United States Air Force Heritage Flight today. Goodyear Aircraft Wheels and Brakes is a proud sponsor of the 2012 Vectren-Dayton Air Show presented by Kroger and host of the U.S. Air Force QF-4 Phantoms. The wheels and brakes business, based in Troy, Ohio, designs, manufactures, tests, and provides products and aftermarket services for wheel and braking systems for over 200 types of aircraft worldwide. From the right, ladies and gentlemen, aerodynamically dirty, here comes the Phantom, flown by Lieutenant. His call sign is Holy. Matt, he is the director of operations. In cross-training with the T-37, the T-38, the F-16 Fighting Falcon, and the F-4. What? Wayne was telling me yesterday, it's like a back-to-basics airplane. But as the Director of Operations at Tyndall for the 82nd Aerial Target Squadron, he knows that this airplane and nearly 19 others like it this year will find themselves at the hot end of a live air-to-air or surface-to-air missiles. These have been, as I mentioned to you, outfitted with remote control capabilities. They can be flown from the ground by a pilot outside the vehicle. During some of those test operations, when they are just practicing, Wayne will sit in the airplane as the safety pilot. Phantom, number 2. With about 35 of these aircraft on station at Tyndall Aircraft Base in Florida, and another 35 at Hollowman Air Force Base in New Mexico, and another 20 to 30 Phantoms coming online, they represent the types of aircraft that will be targets for live missiles. They will end their lives as aerial targets. Kind of an ignominious end to an incredibly important fighter. An aircraft that Danny mentioned earlier to you was flown by both the United States Navy Blue Angels and the United States Air Force Thunderbirds. Wayne Chitman is slowing the aircraft down now for his final pass, and then they will join up with the Mustang that we saw take off earlier for the United States Air Force Heritage Flight. Once again, if you're interested in learning more about how you can help support these demonstrations of these vintage Air Force aircraft and the more current aircraft from the Air Force inventory, today's fighters, check airforceheritageflight.org. From the right, with the wheels down and the flaps down and that tail hook down as well, Lieutenant Colonel Wayne Chitman. He'll shove the throttles forward and listen to the sound of freedom. were built. A number of them went to the, later on in years after most were retired from the Air Force inventory, were still being used by the German